What is up, Husker Nation? It's 8:30 on a Monday night. We're recording on a Monday instead of a Tuesday this week because Andrew is a doctor and not a full-time podcaster and has to do other things besides focus on podcasting full-time, which is his fault. But we are here. We have jammed into a Sunday and a Monday an obscene amount of Houston Christian recap as well as Michigan pregame football. We've got stats. We've got 5 main points for the Houston Christian recap, and then we are going deep on the first Big Ten game of the season. We're pretty pumped to do it. It's going to be a fun one tonight. Andrew, how are we doing on a Monday evening here after a 3-0 start for your Huskers?
Oh, I mean, regarding the Huskers, I couldn't feel better. Regarding my fantasy team right now, I couldn't feel worse. But, yeah, I mean, God, we did what we needed to do. And it was just another nice, relaxing, smooth sailing Saturday. My kids were smiling. No one was scared to be around Dad. It was just, things went as we wanted them to go. God, that was a fun one to watch.
The boys looked good. First, let's kick things off. Let's talk about the HuskGuys store first before we even get started. HuskGuys store, we got the Tom Osborne hat located there. We've got This Is the Year gear. I've got it back here. We've got Run the Darn Ball because we got a lot of adults and kids that are listening to the show. Run the Ball gear. If we die, we die. We got all kinds of stuff. Go to the HuskGuysStore.com. Make sure you guys check it out. I also want to start with a shout out to our grandma Gaga, who listens to every single episode. So shout out to you, Gaga, for continuing to listen. She gives me feedback on every show, on how I look, on how I sound. And guys, she's in her 90s, pays attention every single day. She knows all the players, all the stats. And she's
you got a little blasted on your posture last week.
Blasted on the posture, but now I'm standing. Now I'm standing, looking straight at the camera.
Get the chair out of there.
And standing, we're screaming, microphones in face. We're doing this. Yeah. We're doing this for you, Gaga. We're doing it for mom and dad who listen to every show. So appreciate everybody who listens. Let's talk Husker football.
Yeah, baby.
59-7 over Houston Christian. I mean, yeah. So back to what you're saying, the kids were loving it. We're high-fiving. We're like, wow, is Nebraska does Nebraska always score 75-yard touchdowns every play? It's fun for the kids. But it's been a fun few weeks, a very stress-free 2 weeks. Cincinnati was extremely stressful. But we have not had a stress-free week last multiple weeks ever. Here's some fun trivia facts for you. I'm going to throw out for you. Okay. We're now on a 4-game win streak dating back to the bowl game of beating BC in the bowl game and now 3 straight this year. When was the last 4-game win streak for the Nebraska Cornhuskers?
This is going to be so depressing. Can we skip?
Nope. You got to answer.
It's four in a row. 2016.
Correct.
Mike
Riley.
Yeah.
4 straight in 2016.
We were like 7-1, right?
We were 7. Well, we were 7-0 to start.
7-1, something like that.
One of the most fraudulent starts of all time, but we did it and we were there. That was 2016. It's 3 presidents ago. A long time ago. Most of the players on the team were 10 years old or younger. But we are doing it. We're on a 4-game win streak. Also, it's Michigan week. And when was the last time we beat a ranked team? Also, 2016. Last time we had a ranked Big Ten win, 2015.
Michigan State, right?
2015, Michigan State, Brandon Riley.
10 years.
Yeah. So
a freaking decade of our lives, we haven't beaten a ranked Big Ten team?
Correct. Yeah. They basically just haven't done that in a whole they have 10 years.
Woo!
Frost never won 3 in a row.
That was a fun era. Good Lord.
Which is unbelievable. But regardless, let's back to the positive vibes.
It's time.
59-7.
Yeah.
We've won the last 2 games, 127-7.
Has not been close.
The last 2 weeks.
It hasn't even been that close.
First time since 2007, we scored 50-plus points in back-to-back games. So vibes are high.
Yeah.
Offense is high.
Yeah.
And I also was thinking, one of the things I feel like we need to continue to convey, and it's one of the original things that HuskGuys was founded on, was like this fan base is so broken, and rightfully so. We're all broken. We all got a little bit of trauma of like learning how to win and be like appreciative and grateful for wins.
True.
I was enjoying it. I know you enjoyed the last 2 weeks. And now we've been like blasting stats out about how wonderful they are. And we're about to go through all these stats. There's definitely a very strong undercurrent of folks being like, oh, we haven't played anybody. Like, let's see them do it when they play somebody good. And, Raiola may be leading the conference in passing yards, but he hasn't played anybody. I need everybody to, once again, as we started the show last week, remember that we lost to Troy and Georgia Southern in recent years. So let's all enjoy.
I mean, who are we to be judging how well we win?
Well, it's just this thing that's when you lose these games, or when you barely beat, or you beat a UTEP or an Arkansas State or one, whoever these teams are that come through, there's usually this we should have blown them out. Well, now we are. And now there's still this level of they aren't that good.
Well, it's not blowing.
They've never been enough. They've never been that good.
It's not enough blowing outage.
It is plenty of blowing out. We got 554 yards of offense. So we're going to talk about these stats, and I don't care about the haters and losers, of which there are many out there who are not fond of the stats. Offensive wise, let's talk about some of these fun ones because it's fun. We're 3 weeks in, and I'm able to look at the stats atop the conference, and we're there.
And you're there. Yeah, you see the word Nebraska, and it's fun. It's enjoyable.
Completion percentage wise, we are number 1 in the country at 79.3%. That's including Raiola plus Latif. Latif is 11 of 12, which we'll get into a little bit later. But the highest completion percentage in the country. Big time Holgerson impact there. 0 interceptions, also first in the country.
Like that, yeah.
Very strong on pass offense, 5th in the country, 8th in the country in third down percentage, 9th in the country in scoring offense at 49 points per game. Total offense for 10th in the country. So top 10 in the country in total offense, scoring offense, third down percentage, pass offense, interceptions, and completion percentage. I'll take that.
That'll do it. That'll do it.
Yeah. I'll say that'll do.
That'll do it. No, I mean, holy cow. I think you just, obviously everything is with a grain of salt. I get it. We're playing just like the deaf and blind and stuff out there, and it's just embarrassing for them. But you play who's on your schedule, and you take care of business, and good things happen. And I think that we've, strategized pretty well. I don't think that I have too many qualms about anything other than a couple of red zone drives. That's probably the only thing in the last 2 weeks that has been I don't know how that's going to go against the bigger teams, but God, if you're moving the ball, if you're converting third downs, if you're hitting deep balls, explosive passes and stuff, I mean, this is better than we've looked in years. Years, through the air. And I think that we've built up a little bit more just general confidence in the competence of our offense. And that's just been lacking for a while. The fact that we can go, I think, 2 and 3 deep at the receiver position is something Nebraska has kind of never really had. I mean, we had it a few years with 3 wide with Kenny Bell years and
it's a long time ago,
Westerkamp and stuff. But since then it's been one dude, Trey Palmer, just go deep, and then some small walk on or something is just the backup option. It's not sustainable. So I like that we're spraying it around quite a bit. We already have 5 receivers that are over 100 yards on the season. And we have Mosey, who has 93 yards, so there's about to be 6.
I just got 84, didn't he?
Yeah. Well, he had a couple scampers himself there. But over the past couple seasons, the most 100-yard receivers that we've had over the last 5 or 6 years is actually 8 in a year. So we're 3 games into the season. So I don't know. We're spraying it around. It's awesome. And then I guess on the other side of the ball too, I know we'll get into that as well, but just speaking on the depth discussion, I think 47 players have registered a tackle now.
Yeah, that was actually a weird one. We'll get into that. Let's go into that in a second.
Huge number, but you love the depth. You love the confidence building. That's
we
huge.
We have only the number 1 tackler is Marshall with 7 tackles, which is very odd. We don't have a dog that has 40 tackles yet, which is an interesting thing. All right. So number 1, I think overall, We're doing what we're supposed to do.
We're getting back on. We're on track. We're on track.
It's easy button football. We're scoring when we're supposed to score. We're like beating teams we're supposed to beat. We're beating them by scores we're supposed to beat them by. I think the last thing I'll say is like there's a certain element of I feel like Rhule's taken on a little bit of more an edgier approach, which I appreciate. Like I don't know if you caught at the end of the half, we're up 38-0. And he very blatantly, like, because I had heard all his pregame, he's like, this is practice for us. Like, this is like preseason, basically. I mean, he called 3 timeouts when to get the ball back so we could practice a 2-minute drill. It went disastrously. But it was at least this is like, hey, we're doing this. We got to get the guys offense. We got to get them reps. We got to, and there's a certain level of like that plus like Holgorsen throwing it deep with Latif up 50. I mean, throwing an absolute just laser beam like up 50 in the first quarter.
For the jugular. Yeah.
I was like, this Holgorsen does not care at all.
I mean, they were already dead, and we were just stomping on their corpses. It was very.
All right. So number 1. Yeah. That's kind of boring. We're beating teams we're supposed to beat. Number 2, the QB situation. So this is an interesting one too. Again, like I think in the heat of the game, I was just enjoying it with my kids and your kids. You're having a good time, and we're like, it's like a joyous. I was very present throughout the game. I was loving Dylan. I thought he was extremely solid. He's 15 of 21, 222 yards and 2 touchdowns, no interceptions again. He had, I think there were 2 drops because the one that Lindenmeyer dropped, which was like, to me, it was like so funny to see him drop the first one after getting engaged of like, like welcome to marriage, buddy. Just like, everything was just, you just got so much going on.
Overwhelmed.
Yeah, just completely overwhelmed. The wedding ring, just everything falls apart on the kid. But so we had 1 drop. I think Barney dropped 1, and then he had 3 that he threw away intentionally. So he's basically like, throws away 2 drops. Like,
I mean, basically perfect if you take away all of the misses.
If you take away the misses, you didn't have any. So I thought he was methodical again. I mean, he's completing 78% of his passes on the season. Big Ten rankings wise, I just posted this earlier today. He's first in the Big Ten in completions. He's got 72. He is first in interceptions because he has 0 so far. So 0 is first. He's second in touchdowns with 8. So he had 2 more last week. He's second in passing yards, only behind Jaden Mayava of USC. So he's got 829 passing yards, second in passing yards a game at 276, and third in completion percentage at 77%. So overall, he's first, second, or third in basically every stat that matters across the Big Ten, as well as nationally. He's 5th in the country in completion percentage, with Carson Beck leading the country only at 79%. He's at 77%. So, I mean,
that's crazy, actually. It's not like all of those teams are playing world beaters too,
Well, I think that's what like too. Like, there's an element of like, oh, we haven't played anybody. Like, well, neither has any of the. That's everybody pads their stats. A
couple big games, but like most teams have played 2 out of their first 3 games.
Everybody pads their stats in the first few games, and we've just never been able to because we are busy grinding it out against UTEP and like God knows who, North Dakota State, and like all these games. And so we never get to like have these moments of like, oh man, this is sweet. Like we had 600 yards offense or whatever. Yeah. So I was very present in the moment. I thought he did awesome. Latif comes in, and again, I was loving it. I was just like, he was 5 for 5, 126 yards, threw an absolute bomb. On the season, he's 11 for 12. So he's completed 92% of his passes, 254 yards, 21-yard average. He's got a rushing touchdown, 32 yards rushing. He's got the juice. He threw for 7,000 yards in high school. So he's definitely like the kid. But I was so relieved through the last 2 games in particular to be like, all right, I came into the season, we had no spring ball. So I had no idea if we had a backup quarterback. Because like if Raiola goes down, we're screwed. If Emmett Johnson goes down, we're in deep, deep trouble. I come out of the last 2 games. I'm like, okay, you can play Latif. I feel pretty good about Ives. I feel pretty good about Mosey. I feel pretty good about, a lot of the guys back there. So that's where I come out of it. I go like look at our mentions the next day, and I had no idea that it's not a legitimate controversy. But the number of people that are like, Latif should be starting was...
No. Really?
Have you not seen this? Oh, my God. It's like a whole thing. That I'm like, you guys.
Oh, my.
Dylan Raiola is a legitimate first-round NFL draft pick.
Yeah.
He's not like what are we.
Latif has thrown 12 passes. We've seen enough. We're ready.
I mean, the number. I
Changing
mean,
of the guard.
the number of comments people were like, "Yeah, Latif can run. He's a little more mobile. He's got that juice to him." I agree with all of those things.
Yeah.
But also, we have a legitimate NFL draft first-round quarterback who is a 5-star, the number 1 quarterback in his class, who is starting right now. So, like, who is also flawless on the season. So that I was like reading these comments, like,
Yeah.
once again,
Everybody loves the backup quarterback.
everybody loves the backup
forever,
quarterback.
for
But
all of time.
even when you have the number 1 quarterback and a potential first-round draft pick and quarterback, you still are like, yeah, but the backup. Well, that was like an interesting. I was like, man, I guess like, man, if Raiola ever does throw an interception, people are going to be calling for his head already. Like, what are you doing?
The only thing that I guess would say about Latif is it's interesting. It's interesting to let yourself think just for a moment about like, what if they do bring him in for just, one drive,
Yeah.
do a little zone read, like all of a sudden Michigan is like, what is this? We weren't ready for this. Like that intrigues me. Like you could get me there, but come on. Like Raiola's your guy. He's got 8 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. He's doing all right.
Yeah, and Andrew H, thank you. Not the Andrew H on the screen, but Andrew H in the comments says Raiola has also found his confidence with Dana calling the plays. We have only seen the beginning of his untapped potential, which I completely agree. I just think in the last 5 games in particular, he's thrown the ball well. He's thrown it hard. But I will say to your point of like the 62-yard pass that he threw.
I mean, yeah.
No
one was in the neighborhood. I mean, he was like.
Here's my question.
He was alone in a cul-de-sac. There was.
Raiola has a way better arm than him, and really anybody in the country. He hasn't thrown that pass.
He had key on. I mean, he had that 40-yarder that was a little bit underthrown, and I would say that's kind of the dig on him, though, right? Like that's kind of been the one. Like if you were gonna scrutinize one aspect of his game, it's like Raiola can't seem to beat man defense. That's allegedly, and none of these first 3 teams have played that. And then can he hit the deep ball like more reliably? I mean, last year it was the same thing. It was like, you had that pass off the fingertips in the end zone to beat Illinois, completely different season if he hits that. There was a couple against Ohio State, like just like those. God, if he just took something off of it or put something a little bit more on it, just that deep ball touch. But it's coming. I mean, if that's the last part of his game, like so be it. I'd rather have like the 3rd down conversion percentage that we have right now of 62%. Like if you're gonna get there with 8 to 12-yard passes, like we'll start there.
It's good. It's like no one's singing his praises more than I am, but I like that pass. I was like, we haven't seen that. Like we haven't. Yeah, I guess he hasn't thrown that pass yet. So like, but hey, awesome that Latif's got it in his bag. Also awesome that Mills is all these young guys, the amount of confidence that's going to come. So that's point 2. We got a QB. We also have a backup. So I'm feeling great about the chances of like, gosh, I mean, have you seen the NFL stuff happening right now?
What's that?
Joe Burrow's hurt.
Yes.
So is JJ McCarthy in Minnesota.
Oh my God,
and who is the 3rd guy that just went down? 3 NFL guys are down and they're playing their backups
already. Yeah.
Like Burrow's done for the year. JJ McCarthy's out for 4 weeks. Jaden Daniels is out next week too. All 3 of those guys. I mean, that's obviously NFL.
You have to have depth to win in the Big Ten. Like that's everybody needs to know that. It was shocking that he could not, or that he did not get hurt last year. Like to me, it was like, holy cow, he just went an entire season without like missing significant time.
Something will happen. It always does. But
so it's good to know we've got Latif.
The last thing I'll say on TJ Latif, and again, this is like classic Husker fans not being able to enjoy success ever, right? Is
We're not used to it. We're just getting back into the swing of things. With
Literally
like,
the other prevailing thing,
awesome.
and it wasn't just one comment; it was like multiple people who were like,
so funny.
They said, TJ Lateef, we're never going to be able to keep him next year.
Jeez, like, we're already talking about 2026.
We're already
talking 2026.
Yeah, you know what? We're gonna lose him next year. Like, hey guys, how about we deal with that next year?
Mm-hmm.
And it's September 15th.
Mm-hmm.
Can we? There's like, yeah,
right.
Forget it. We're like, he can't transfer yet. He can't transfer until the end of the year. So how about we just,
God,
go? All right, enough on him. Point three, third main takeaway from the game.
Yeah.
The young guys stepping up, which is awesome to see. So TJ played the entire second half, which is amazing. So he's now played almost a full game. He's played 4 quarters of football. Quentin Ives led the team with 85 rushing yards on 12 carries. That's massive for him. So think about how big that is for him coming in. We're like, without a spring game, without any game, he didn't get a single carry or 1 or 2 carries in that Cincinnati game. To then get 12 carries, 85 yards, massive for him. Cortez Mills had the 62-yard bomb, 3 catches for 98 for him. And then Ja'Cory Varney had his first career receiving touchdown, which is crazy.
That might have been the craziest fact. I just thought that he had like 10.
Well, because he had all of his like long touchdowns around like reverses, and
3 rushing touchdowns, right?
They're like reverses and reverse handoffs and inside like stuff. So big time. So I think the fact that we got to see all those guys, a lot of flashiness from a number of different players. So I think it was just good to see him out there. It was literally like felt like a spring game in a lot of ways to be like, oh, that guy's good. Totally. Oh, nice. He's good too.
Yeah,
right.
I love the depth building, and I like being right about some of these guys, or at least you feel like it right now. You're feeling a little bit vindicated, and you're just like, I knew that guy was going to be good. I knew Dawson Merritt was going to be a stud, and he's being a stud. And and you just like to see them develop and then get ready for the big time.
Number 4, the Blackshirts look good. I thought that coming into the game, the big thing that Rhule kept saying was, we're nowhere near disruptive enough. I don't think we had a sack coming into this game. We had 3. We had 8 tackles for loss. And I thought we were very disruptive. I think it was 38-0 at halftime before we pulled the starters. I think they had 52 yards in the first half. And it honestly felt like they had like 6. I mean, there was just nothing happening, which is exactly what it should. They're not very good. I got it. They're like, that's exactly what they should do. But I mean, we never do that, right? We always the fact that we're going 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out, while being disruptive.
Yeah, the last 2 games we've had 9 tackles for loss against Akron and 8 against Houston Christian. We had 2 sacks against Akron and 3 against Houston Christian.
So it was 2. Okay,
those are the numbers that you're like, expecting though. And then on the tackles for loss, against Cincinnati, that's going to be, we'll get into Michigan and stuff, but 2 tackles for loss against Cincinnati, that's where Rhule is so mad, and that's why he's hoping to see us get more disruptive and get into the backfield. And are we going to be able to disrupt lines that are just bigger than our D line? So it's good to see them turning it around. The other thing on the disruptiveness too, I liked that they were sending McCullough a little bit, he was getting in there. Shavers and stuff as usual. RVP was making his presence known, and finally a little glimpse of Marcus Watson Trent. He had kind of a first quarter sack and stuff there. He
had that after his sack. I how legitimately was like, who is that?
I know. I was expecting a lot more from him this year. So
I was like, wait, am I not paying close enough attention? Because what number is that? Who was that?
Yeah, he's looked like a step slow this year, to be honest, and almost dare I say on the pudgy side, but he's a lot more ripped than me, so I can't say that.
Yeah,
but
he's younger.
He's doing good.
He's younger. Not more ripped than 19-year-old Frisbee Andrew.
I can pick on him if I want.
McCullough looks good. Van Poppel had a strip sack that led to an Aries 29-yard fumble return, which that fumble return by him, I thought was that was some of the athleticism that we'd heard about. He just ran in, picked it up,
just palmed it. Did you see him just palm it?
And
ball looked like a little Lego in his hand or something.
yeah, and then just did not tuck it and run. And I think
He was just
I've seen enough of
screw it,
the
I'm in.
I've seen enough of the comments and like I've listened to a bunch of podcasts. And I think everybody's saying the same thing because the guy
He was gonna
closed
get
on him.
caught or something.
Oh yeah, did you see the guy closed on him and like definitely like was gonna catch him, and he was just carrying it like a he was like literally running.
Touchdown. Let's give him a break here.
He was running with it, just like handing it out. It was like,
I've never done
oh,
this before.
this
Is
is
this how they
Leon.
do it?
This is
Is this how
Leon
they-
Lett. Yeah, Leon Lett. This is BB. This has got Leon Lett all over it. But he scored big time touchdown. Great to have a defensive touchdown. No interceptions. No interceptions. I mean, they didn't really throw the ball. Regardless, I think you at least showed enough flashes to be like, all right, they can do this. I still have high levels of concern about our ability to stop Michigan, which we'll get into a second. They weren't as like. Yeah, we're just not as big on the offensive line as we were last year. I think we miss Nash and we miss
defensive line. Yeah.
On the defensive line and we will miss
Ty.
Ty. Yeah, Ty and Nash big time.
And Butler. I mean, gosh,
Butler.
He was pretty physical too. Yeah.
Final thing on the Houston Baptist Christians who were extremely bad at football. I think there's a certain standard that Rhule's holding him to. You listen to his post game. He's continually finding the areas that we did not do well, which I appreciate. Right, and one of his direct quotes was, "If we stay where we are right now, we won't win a lot of the games going forward. We have to improve." And I think there's that element of like, yeah, we won 59-7 and 68-0. But there's a lot of things to focus on, which I appreciate. Some of the stuff he highlighted and was like, I remember think too. It's like Raiola underthrew Danke, what could have been a touchdown instead of a field goal. So we had 9 over the last 3 games. We've had first and goal 9 times and scored. I think either 5 or 6 touchdowns out of 9. One of them was a field goal, and 3 were like the Emmett Johnson fumble. 3 did not score touchdowns, which is like against this level of competition, you got to score every single time you have first and goal. That was one thing that Raiola highlighted. The offensive line run push, I thought was okay. I thought we ran the ball pretty well. So all in all, it's like game plan, but it wasn't quite like as dominant as I felt like it was against Akron. And Archie Wilson, nothing.
Just hanging out.
The one thing
God. Honestly, just the visions of him like sitting on the sideline because you can tell that
what did I sign up for?
They just exactly. He's like part of me is like dumb. He's just like, what did I come here for? And like Australian rules football and whatever and like rugby, like they're running around and like they're punting on the run and like they're tackling and they're hitting and it's just like nonstop. And he's just like, all right then, well, I guess I'll just sit right here on the bench, eh?
Yeah. It's like, everyone's screaming. Everyone's screaming. Like, this place is going nuts.
Just literally sitting there twiddling his thumbs, like looking up for his parents. And they're like, we're going to get a flight back to, Melbourne pretty soon.
Yeah, you also got to figure, he's sitting there and he's like, I'm getting a full ride for this? Like, what is like,
this is a good deal.
It's like, I've punted 3 times this year.
Right.
He's played 3 snaps the entire season.
He is getting thousands of dollars per kick right now.
He's played 3 snaps all season. Great problem to have. I think somebody looked up like the last time Nebraska didn't punt over 2-game stretch was, God knows when, like a million years ago. But
that is
those are all good.
I will say, because I had to look it up. Nebraska is 80% on red zone conversions this year, and this is probably our worst 3-game stretch that we have all year. That is a great number if you can keep it up. Like 80 is fine. We're 16 for 20 as well, so it is a lot of points. But like, I'm a little worried if that goes down. I would say like after this first 3-game stretch, I mean we're 1/4 of the way through the season, and that's like probably concern number 1 is that I feel much more confident after the last 2 weeks. But there's been like 1 drive per game. It was like the 2-minute drill at the end of the first half. And then it was we got stuffed short again with Akron on the first drive of the game. We hit Dainty on a long pass, and then we ended up settling for a field goal first drive of the game. We got all the momentum. Like those are the things where you're like, God, like I think I see it. Like we're more explosive, we're better at passing, we're more accurate. Like we've got a good running back. I get it. Like I think I see it. But we need a hammer near the goal line.
Yeah.
We need it. I don't
Yeah,
know.
it just seems
Maybe
like
it's Ives, honestly. Maybe
I know.
maybe he
There's certain
comes in
element
and
of like
figures
the
it
play
out.
call becomes like, okay, now we're just gonna have like 6 guys run crossing routes from the 4-yard line. Like,
Yeah,
I mean, I
there's
guess that might work. Like,
yeah.
not really.
I mean, give me some fade routes to freaking these tall receivers and stuff. I don't know. Anyway, that's probably just like following the HCU game. That's where I'm at. But
I think the only so one thing that and XBS Studley, appreciate
Yeah.
you joining here, said we are number 1 in special teams, which PFF
Yeah.
graded us as the number 1 best special teams in the country, which is
insane.
legitimately unbelievable on so many levels of how bad the special teams has been in Lincoln for the last decade. That even after 3 games, like they're just doing things right. We haven't missed a PAT, which like
Sure.
remember back with the Frost era, he missed 70% of the PATs that we had. Like, you know, it's like we couldn't make PATs, we couldn't make field goals in the Frost era. Like, and now we're just doing things normal. Like we're doing kickoffs, we're returning punts. It's like the things that are, it's so silly to say them out loud. Like, oh, we're returning punts now. Like we haven't returned a punt in a decade. Now we are returning punts. We're kicking off. We're, you know, doing the things you're supposed to do. We're good on kickoff coverage. We're good on punt coverage. You know, I think the things are doing well in that category. The one area that I was like, Hull is kicked out of bounds on a kickoff twice or 3 times now.
Yeah.
And I don't understand what's happening.
Had one.
Well, I mean, what are we doing though? Why is it even going near the sidelines? Like,
No idea.
Like the field is huge.
You would think.
And Hull doesn't even kick field goals anymore. So like, what are you doing? Like,
Yeah,
why do you?
Despite playing soccer, I don't know that I could kick it from the middle of the field straight to the sideline
Like,
in the air.
Like
and we are launching these suckers out of bounds. But yeah, I don't know. That's definitely something that needs to get cleaned up, and especially if that's like what Hull is going to be doing this year. Like, I mean, he's perfect on the year, right? So
that's what I'm saying. Is like,
no
all right,
reason
so
to
we've got
switch him from place kicking. So all you do, Hull, is place kick, and all Alvano does is runs us on the sideline, and that's it. That's so your roles are very clearly established right now.
He's just over there, just like, yeah,
like, you guys remember me? We're like, no, we don't.
They just send him up to concessions, and he like the concessions are so bad at Memorial Stadium. It takes him like 45 minutes to come back down.
Yeah.
Like where did he go? Like we sent him up to he went way up high. We really wanted some runs. He's up in the bleeders.
Alvano's dead. Yeah.
I don't know that. Especially when you're like a kickoff, you have like all the time in the world, and there's just nobody around. Just go freaking kick the ball. Anyway, all right. The boys look good. 5 key things. We're feeling good about
highest punt return average we have had in 10 years.
I mean, I think we're like 8th in the country in punt return yards. It's like that.
Yeah, we're averaging over 16 yards per return right now.
It's some of these things like you got to figure these guys that came in. Like I laugh at the both Rhule and like Eckler comes in. It's like the bar is so low, you know. Like Rhule's like, oh yeah, we got a 4-game win streak, like, which is not that big a deal, and people are like throwing him a ticker tape parade. Like you had to have known like the bar is so low. It's like, wait, a 4-game win streak, and you guys are like fired up about that. Like, oh yeah, we haven't done that since 2016. And Eckler's like, oh yeah, we're returning punts now. Like, oh yeah,
hell yeah, we're doing that. We're back to doing that. Here's a crazy blast from the past. This is per cfbstats.com, which is an awesome little spreadsheet website thing. But the last time we averaged double digits, so over 10 yards per return, was 2022. Guess how many returns we had that year?
I mean, it's like, I don't know, 10, 5.
5.
Great, awesome.
In 2025, we've returned 8.
Yeah, I mean,
we're 3 games in, and we've returned 8, and we have 16.6 average. Okay. It wasn't that good against Cincy, so we're gonna see how it does against Michigan. But here's my first teaser of hope for Michigan, because now we're gonna get into the Michigan game breakdown.
Shout out to the 900 who are joining us live. 900 you folks joining us live, soon to be 1,000 as we keep this thing going. Make sure you guys check out HuskGuysStore.com. HuskGuysStore.com. Get yourself some merch. Let's talk Michigan. It's game week. It's Big Ten week. It's a top 25 team coming to town. I mean, what do we got? Here it is. This is why we play the game. This is why we play the game.
This one's been circled since last year.
Michigan's number 23. Probably the biggest. Is this the biggest game in the Matt Rhule era?
In terms of like, I mean, it would have been Ohio State last year, I guess. But like, in terms of where we're at as a program and like the steps that we're trying to take, you knew Raiola winning as a true freshman at like Ohio State last year was like, I mean, that's a crazy, insane dream that you would, of course, like you would take that.
They were so stacked.
But in terms of like we got to win this thing. It's time to take that step. It's here. This is it. This is like national audience, big time, CBS, like two blue bloods going at it. I mean, you could not put this more on like a platter. And we are rolling out the red carpet. It's the 1995 team. Like, we're honoring them 30 years since that. The greatest team of all time is going to be present, just like last year, honoring the 1994 team when we played Colorado. I mean, just roll out the red carpet.
High vibes.
And get them on the sideline, get them in the locker room, get the vibes up, and like get these. Memorial is going to be insane. I mean, maybe even as insane as it was against Colorado if we are playing well. So I'm stoked.
Yeah. So Michigan's coach, Sherrone Moore, is suspended for the game. Cannot coach practice all week this week because of the cheating scandal from last year when they were cheating and stole everybody's signs.
Can we pause there? I don't even know which Michigan cheating scandal we're on right now. There's literally so many. I don't even know which one he's getting suspended for.
This is Stallions, is it not?
There's the stealing signals.
Correct.
There's the Harbaugh was illegally meeting with
they were recruiting
and paying them. Which one is this?
This is Sherrone Moore was one of the instigators. I think he kind of took the fall for basically I think he's taking the fall for Stallions, which the whole thing is hilarious. Like, Harbaugh wins the title and it's like, see you later. Like, I don't care. It's like, yeah, dude, you cheated the whole time you were here. No, cool. Yeah. So he leaves. Sherrone Moore, who like I'm honestly not that impressed with anyways. Like, they kind of stunk last year. They weren't that good. He hasn't done
a lot to prove this year.
He hasn't done much. Like, where they finished 7-6 last year. Like, they weren't that good, especially coming off a title game. So him being there or not being there, I feel like doesn't. It does impact in the sense that, like, I mean, your head coach isn't there. It's definitely going to throw things off. They have the weirdest setup of all time, where they have this Biff Poggi as their interim head coach, but he's not really their coach, but he's there. And like, everybody loves the guy because he like cuts his sleeves off on the sidelines, but he's not like a real coach. He's not like a real coach though. He's like he was at Charlotte.
They just like saw him in the stands and they were like, this guy, he coached once, right?
Yeah, but he's not like it's not like it's like,
but not only that.
Chip Kelly's on the sidelines.
No,
and he's
right.
It's like, it's
like your offensive coordinator or somebody would be.
It's natural. He's not even an offensive or defensive coordinator. He's just like a guy who's there.
He's just chilling. He was also 6-16 in his 2 years.
He's not good.
He got fired. He didn't even get to finish his second season at Charlotte.
Yeah, well, it's Charlotte, so it's like, what's the natural elevation?
They see something in him, and he's whatever, players coach or something, and they've got some kind of strategy. But like, if I see 6-16 at Charlotte, I gotta feel pretty good about like Matt Rhule's in-game coaching chops versus a 6-16 Charlotte head coach. Like, I don't know. So I mean,
I'm looking at now. I feel better.
Might have advantage Huskers as far as like in-game, coordinator changes and adjustments and stuff that are going on. That's been a big beef that people have had with Rhule too, though. Like, can he adjust enough? Can he win the big games? Can he pull it off? Like in these like decisive, decision making, clock management moments and stuff. So this is it. I mean, you've got a prime opportunity to do it, and then this guy is apparently not great at winning, at least in his last 2 years.
Now I'm looking at his schedule. So he's at Charlotte the last 2 seasons. Before that, he was at Michigan for a season as the associate head coach, whatever that means. I don't even know what that is. But then before that, he was at St. Francis Academy.
Sure.
And before that, he was at Gilman School. And then
Gilman, maybe. Wow.
Before that, he was at Citadel. So it's
what is Gilman School?
I don't know what any of this stuff is. Gilman School is an all-boys independent college prep school.
Prep school? What's like an ACC course or an ACT class? But
it's a high school. It's an all-boys high school in Maryland.
Oh, it's not a prep course. It's a school.
He is at a high school. He was a high school.
I thought you said prep
coach.
Course, like they're just doing SAT prep, and then they also run out routes on the sideline.
Yeah, no. So he was literally coached high school up until 2015. Then he helped out at Michigan.
Yeah,
and then he's at Charlotte. So
who is this guy?
Point being, who is this guy? What's he doing on sidelines? Everybody likes him because he cuts his sleeves off. But sweet, so can I. Like, it doesn't make you like. He's a football guy. Great. So
people would hate me if I did that.
Points, Nebraska there. I mean, anytime I go into these, I'm like, Rhule, you can't get out coached by this guy. Like, there are times where he has been out coached by that guy. I said you can't get out coached by this one. Can't do it. But they've had an interesting start to the year. So I most paid attention to the Oklahoma game. I watched that game all the way through. Did you watch that game?
I saw some highlights of that one, and I liked a lot more what I saw on the Oklahoma side.
So yeah, Michigan's kicks off the season. Was their first game. They beat New Mexico 34-17. Game 2. They lost to Oklahoma 24-13, and then last week or on Saturday, they beat the tar out of Central Michigan 63-3. That one was a little more concerning. I'm much more concerned. So that the Oklahoma game in particular, I watched that game. It was fresh off our game. I was feeling pretty good. I thought Oklahoma controlled the game the entire time. They were winning 14-0 at halftime. They were pretty firmly in control. Bryce Underwood, who is Michigan's star freshman phenom quarterback, who they paid $7 million+ to, paid for by the Oracle CEO, Larry Ellison, which makes absolutely no sense, besides the fact that he is dating someone who is a Michigan alum and decided to pay. He's now the richest person on earth after Oracle had a 50% run up on their stock this week. Fun fact for you. So the richest man on earth is... Yeah, richest man on earth is Larry Ellison, who's now funneling money into Michigan's program for no reason. He didn't go there.
It's crazy, I think he's an Illinois grad.
Yeah, Illinois grad. He's literally dating his girlfriend is this like 41-year-old Michigan.
Can you imagine, even if you had all of the money, which he's got all of the money, can you imagine just throwing it out there to another Big Ten team? I don't know. My wife just nag. Here, give me $10 million. And it's like, what?
Nag. Give me Bryce Underwood.
Give me 10 more million. I mean, gosh.
Give me Bryce Underwood.
Everybody knows that story. It's like, no, you don't do that. It's unbelievable.
So insane. So he's good. I mean, he can play. There's no way around it. He is really good.
Sure.
He's got some Vince Young to him. He's got some
he can run.
He can pass. He does something that like Raiola doesn't do. Like he throws it hard. Like you'll see it on Saturday. He throws these just absolute darts that, and here I'll take this with a grain of salt because he struggled against Oklahoma. He was 9 of 24 against Oklahoma, throwing these darts.
Love that.
So Raiola throws a much softer ball.
Really good looking incompletions.
Well, but he throws, Raiola throws a softer ball that I think it's like, I don't know, why does he like lob everything? He kind of like throws a softer ball. Well, he's got an 80% completion percentage on this season. And he's throwing these darts and he was 9 of 24 for 142 yards. So, that's he was struggling big time against Oklahoma. He didn't run at all.
In fact, he ran for negative yards.
Negative yards against
the first
Oklahoma.
2 games. Against New Mexico, he ran for negative yards.
But the way that game flowed was, I'm going to pull it up just like I have the stats, but they, hang on. It was there. So it was 14-0. Oklahoma's dominating going into the second half. Michigan busts out a 75-yard run on the first play of the second half. And then they kind of traded blows the rest of the game. But it really never felt like Michigan was going to win. And Oklahoma, this is a 6-6 Oklahoma team. So it wasn't like, they weren't playing like that.
Yeah, I mean, Oklahoma had the better quarterback in the game too, and
He was a significantly better quarterback.
John
He definitely
Mateer
outplayed him.
he also the thing that'll be interesting is that Mateer. I mean, he used his legs to beat Michigan. He's got 33 rush attempts on the year. Mateer does. So I mean, that guy likes to run.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see, do we see that and then say, hey, Raiola, why don't you take off on a couple of these, maybe?
Both of their touchdowns in the first half were Mateer zone read runs. Michigan's first half drives were 5-play punt, 7-play punt, 3 and out, 13-play missed field goal, end of half. So all of their drives in the first half ended in either punts or missed field goals. They score this touchdown right at the start of the third quarter on the first play. And then they went punt, fumble, field goal, punt, downs. Wow. So it was not like an impressive offensive performance from them in that regard. So that gave me some confidence. And then they went and put up 63 on Central Michigan, and that kind of evaporated some of that confidence that I had. That was probably mostly irrational. But
the other part, though, in that Oklahoma game that I was looking up, so they only converted 3 out of their 14 third downs. And we were talking about it last week that third down conversion percentage, both offense and defense, is a huge. It's a big predictor of success. The top, I was tweeting it last week as well. 9 of the 12 playoff teams were in the top 35 in third down conversion percentage last year.
Wow.
So, it's a big predictor of if you can convert and you can keep your offense on the field, you're just going to end up with more points. That's just how the game works.
Science.
And so they went 3 for 14 against Oklahoma. And they were actually only 6 for 13 against New Mexico. Granted, New Mexico just beat the tar out of UCLA. So New Mexico, the next Big Ten team, is, actually maybe they're okay. But 6 for 13 against New Mexico. They're 52nd overall in third down conversions, despite their absolute beatdown of Central Michigan. Nebraska's third down conversion defense, top 10, 21%. Holding teams to 21% at 8 of 38 overall. So I think you got to can we bow up and maybe enforce Underwood into some passing situations that he doesn't like? The thing that I keep coming back to, and I know you do as well, is there were moments last year where Raiola was just a little. You could tell he was a little off. You could tell he was a little confused by defenses and looks, and didn't snap, hold the ball. Where am I going? Oh crap, run. Oh crap, throw it. Oh crap, sack. That's what Bryce Underwood is right now.
Yeah.
There's just nothing saying that any true freshman anywhere in the country, it does not matter how good you are. If we believe that Raiola was as hyped up of a quarterback as he was, and as Bryce Underwood is as hyped up of a guy as he is, if you it is such a different speed in a game like this. And
at this stage, at Oklahoma, followed by at Nebraska.
I mean, at Oklahoma, he was lost. I mean, 9 for 24 is bad.
Yeah, very bad.
That is very bad. And we just need to keep him guessing. We have to keep him on his toes. Or on his heels.
So he was 9 of 24, which is
38%
completion against Oklahoma, but he's 46 of 80 on the season. He's under 60%. He's one of the only Big Ten quarterbacks under 60% in completion percentage. He's got a pick. He only has 2 passing touchdowns on the season. So out of those 63 points, not a lot are on him. I would completely agree. It's you get in his head, you rattle the kid, you do what you got to do to get that 9 of 24 type game, get those third downs. Because I mean, there's a clip that went viral of him getting into a fight on the sidelines with Justice Haynes, their running back. I mean, that's the stuff you're trying to force of how can you get this kid so rattled that he starts yelling at his more experienced players and they're yelling at each other. Speaking of running backs,
yes,
their running backs also extremely good.
They have some solid dudes. Yeah. And this is coming off of losing Donovan Edwards and Khalil Mullings, who are both in the NFL. Not one, but 2 running backs in the NFL. And they replaced them with 2 future NFL backs.
Here's the questions. One, Justice Haynes actually didn't know, came from Alabama. So he's an Alabama kid, played there 2 seasons, played a little bit, not a ton, and now is. Do you know who the top 2 Big Ten rushing leaders are in yards?
Well, EJ's got like 300 something. So
Number 1. Number
That's
1 is
what I'm
Justice
talking
Haynes.
about.
Number 1 is Justice Haynes
Oh.
for Michigan. Number 2, Emmett Johnson. So
Interesting.
we have the 2 best running backs, and you could argue 2 of the better quarterbacks going at it. So this should be a fun game. But Justice Haynes got 388 yards. Emmett Johnson's got 326.
Yeah.
Emmett hasn't played in 2 different halves. He didn't play the entire second half against Houston Christian and barely played against Akron. So 326 to be second in the Big Ten, especially in a run-heavy conference, is good. Justice Haynes can play. He's got breakaway speed. Their offensive line is good, not elite, and they're very injured right now. They had 2 starters down against Central Michigan, which clearly didn't stop them. I think they're both supposed to be back, but this is not a like Joe Moore Award level offensive line. They're not as good as they were. They're struggling a little bit. They're still big. They're still strong. I would say it's still probably the biggest area of concern for me is with the Nash tie being gone. Of like, it's still a Big Ten big boy offensive line. This is not Cincinnati. This is not Akron. This is not Houston Christian.
Yeah.
So probably my number 1 biggest concern there is, can our defense get some pressure? Even though this is not their national championship level line, it's still a very good offensive line. So I would say that's probably one biggest concern.
Yeah, I mean that's where they pride themselves. They had 8 rushing touchdowns last week. 8. That is not a little amount of rushing touchdowns. Justice Haynes has had 159, 125, and 104 yards rushing for 7.92 yards per carry on the season. So they like to run their number 15 rushing offense in the country. I don't like it one bit. I think that is like, if you're going to pick any key matchup in the entire game, I think we would love to be able to make them pass. Like our secondaries held every quarterback to under 70 yards passing. I think that would be advantage Huskers if you can stop the run, but that's going to be like where Michigan is like, oh baby, just line it up and pound the ball. So it'll be real interesting to see if we can bow up and stop the run. Speaking
of holding quarterbacks under 70 yards, so another very high level of concern is now that Bryce Underwood ran last week. What did he go for? 100? He went for 110 or something last week, which is what do you have? 114 yards rushing. Big time concern because of the way the Sorsby ran against us for Cincinnati. And he did not run at all in the first 2 games, which I'm like, I don't know what happened in the first 2 games that they just like gave him the green light. Still very concerning that he ran for 114. Sorsby, I've been like very closely following because I'm like, I'm pretty sure this kid is like really good, and we just shut him down. So the 2 games since, so game 1 against Nebraska, we held him to 69 passing yards. He goes to Bowling Green, and he goes 17 of 24 for 333 yards.
Nice.
Followed by Northwestern State. He was the highest graded passer in the country. Was perfect, 15 of 15, 253 yards, 100% completion percentage, 6 touchdowns. So he has 9 touchdowns since playing us, which he had 0 passing touchdowns against us, and 1 interception. So to go from 69 to 333 and 253.
God, 6 of his 15 completions were touchdowns. That's
15
tough day for Northwestern State. Yeah,
tough day for Northwestern State, but the kid can play, and I'm like, okay. Yeah. Hopefully they take some of what they did to shut him down and hold him to 69 yards and apply that here at Bryce Underwood. I think that's like the big thing you got to figure out. That's my continuing to this is what I do. This is like what I do in the pre-games where I've now put together now I'm shocked that we could lose this. Because I'm like, well, obviously, I've ignored the fact that Sorsby also ran for 100 yards and basically was able to run whenever he wanted to and did whatever he wanted, and just ignore that part and be like, well, he only threw for under 70 yards, so therefore,
yeah. I mean, so overall, if we're going through and breaking down kind of the unit by unit thing here for our last bit. our offensive line versus their defensive line, I think is maybe neutral. They lost a lot on their defensive line. Our running backs and our running game versus their ability to stop the run, that's going to get pretty neutralized as well. Our passing versus their pass defense, I think advantage Huskers. Like Mateer went for 270 yards on them. And so, you like to see that. But it was for like a 7.9 yard average. Like that's right in Raiola's wheelhouse and stuff. So that's going to be probably where we have to beat them is through the air. I think Emmett will do his thing, and I think he'll catch a lot out of the backfield and stuff. But and I think our O-line will hopefully hold up. I just our run game up the middle on them, not so sure. On the other side of the ball, our D-line versus their O-line, that could be a problem. We'll see. They are a remade O-line. They are a very good rushing team, number 15 in the country. But everybody said after the Cincinnati game, like, this is the weakness. Like, this is what needs to get better. And this is, like, your time to show, like, here's how we're getting better. We're changing our fits or our schemes or whatever. Like, we're going to force them how to throw. Our D-backs versus their receivers advantage Nebraska. Like, they don't really have somebody that is going to completely take the top off. They've got, Underwood is solid. He can throw it. He can sling it a mile. But I think we are going to fluster him, and I think our D-backs can hold him to a pretty frustrating day. So really what it comes down to is our rush defense versus their rush offense is probably the one big thing that needs to be stopped. And then can our passing offense like take it over the top enough? And then the final thing that I think is actually like, it's just like hilarious that I'm looking into this as just a Big Ten football fan, but our punt returns versus their punt return team. This is how like Iowa wins. This is how great teams end up winning. We do have 8 returns. We have an average of over 16 yards per return. This is our best average that we've had in quite some time. Michigan has 1.1 yard per punt return. They have 7 returns, I believe, for 8 yards. So, advantage Nebraska on punting and special teams. I think that could be your difference.
Yeah, I mean, if it's close, that's what's going to win you the game.
I mean, you've got a kicker that hasn't missed. You've got Archie Wilson that probably has to learn how to punt again this week, but
yeah, their kickers missed a bunch too. Their kickers missed one each of the last 2 or 3 weeks, I think.
They haven't shown the ability to return kicks quite yet. So, I mean, you're going to have the number 1 special teams. Shoot. Be the difference. Could be it.
Yeah, I think that's huge. I think Hausman being their best player on defense is freaking killing me. So Ernest Hausman is a Husker for 1 season, 2 seasons, transferred to Michigan, is now leading the team in tackles.
Yeah, I led him last year, 89 tackles last year.
I think it's gonna be. I think yards are gonna be really tough to come by. Mateer had no issues driving the ball on him, and he had a fantastic game like against him. So I think as I'm looking up their stats, they had they had 400 yards against this Michigan defense. That's from an Oklahoma team, 270 passing, 138 rushing. So Oklahoma moved the ball at will. They didn't have a ton of issues with it, but Michigan is they're still Michigan. They're still extremely strong on defense. They finished the year extremely strong last year, beating Alabama in their bowl game, beating Ohio State 2 straight games. Follow that up by 3 strong games this year. So they're not quite their title game level, but they're still very well coached.
Well, if they had a coach, yeah.
If they had a coach, yeah. Well, coordinator-wise, well coached.
Yeah.
But it's time. I think it's time to it's like it's
It
so
is time.
crazy.
You couldn't pick a more evenly matched game just like on paper right now. I mean, you couldn't. It's like it's got tons of storylines. I can't believe game day's not there. It's like
I know
astounding.
They're going to Miami.
Illinois at Indiana, and then Michigan's at Nebraska. Like, come on now. What are we doing? Going to Miami?
Where's Big Noon Kickoff is going to Utah?
God,
But the busting with the boys are going. It's the Bussin' Bowl.
Josh Pate's in town. And
Pates will be there. Will Compton will be there. Taylor Lewan will be there. I think what's like broken about me is like this. So we haven't beaten a ranked team since 2016. It's 25 straight losses. So it's so like unfathomable for us to like beat a ranked team, even though they're like barely ranked. They're 23rd. They're not even like, this isn't like we're not even trying to do like a top 5 win. It's just like if we beat them, they drop out of the top 25. This isn't even like this is like barely a top 25 team.
Yeah.
But 25 straight losses, like, I don't know. It's like you come up on these losses. I said we'd lose this game and then finish 10-2. But I'd love to win this. But I think that's the level of like 25 straight losses, 10-35 in 1-score games. Rhule, Rhule's got he's got some dark skeletons. He's 2-28 against ranked teams in his career, and he's never beaten a ranked Power 4 opponent, which is insane. Like when you go back and even look at his like Baylor years and the Temple years, there's never been a ranked Power 4 opponent because the Temple years they didn't play Power 4 teams, and in the Baylor years I think he was 10-3, lost all the ranked games. So like he can get a giant monkey off his back with this.
Yeah. I mean, everything is just so teed up right now. Like you just have to smash this off the tee box. Like this is, oof, God.
It's also Vegas has the line at 3.5 or 2.5. Like,
I know it's favoring Michigan. I mean,
but barely favoring. I mean, like they've beaten us by 1 million points the last 3 years. So it's like,
yeah, I'm just excited to see the environment. I'm excited to see like, do we come out and actually perform in a big time game and stuff like this. I think Raiola's been licking his chops a little bit to kind of, this is like the next step, right? Like this is why you bring big transfers on campus. This is why you bring Raiola in here. Is we've been sorely missing just solid quarterbacking play, turnover-free football, like lack of penalties, an offense that can beat you every which way, and we might finally have it. But it's time. Like I don't want to say you have to win this game, but if you are remotely entertaining, and I am entertaining the playoffs, you can't get in without this game. If you're entertaining 9-3, you kind of have to get this game 10-2.
Here's something to wet the whistle too a little bit. That we're allowed to do this because I'm not a coach. We're taking it one game at a time. I got it. Yeah, one game at a time. We're all focused on Michigan, all eyes on Michigan. But
go on.
Huskers' future opponents this weekend. Minnesota lost to Cal.
Sure.
Northwestern got their doors blown off.
They are a JV team. Yeah.
They are terrible. And UCLA fired their coach.
Gone.
After starting 0-3.
He lasted
15 games because he's second season, right?
Wow.
So with 9 games to play, the Huskers only have 4 undefeated teams left on the schedule: USC, Michigan State, Maryland, and Penn State. So Michigan is a massive, massive win. And like, that's where it's like, God, if you could just figure out how to pull this one off, you are staring down the barrel of playing a bunch of teams that are not that good, are losing to Cal, are firing their coach. Like the UCLA, you're about to see a quit like you've never seen before in your life. Like all the players can transfer. Their transfer window is open right now. Wow. Every player at UCLA can transfer.
God.
And we play them in a month. So like, great. There's UCLA. Northwestern, can't lose that one. Minnesota lost to Cal. Like,
where do you think Nico's going?
He's out of there. I mean, what? That's one of the biggest, most colossal mismanagements of NIL. And I'm so glad, like, I'm so relieved that it happened that way. Like, I hope it serves as this cautionary tale for quarterbacks. For those not paying attention, Nico Iamaleava was the Tennessee quarterback the last 2 seasons. He signed the single most lucrative NIL contract in history at Tennessee. They gave him $7 million. He redshirted his freshman year. They paid him $2 million to redshirt, $2 million his second season. He quit in April, right after the spring game. He said he wanted more money. He said he wanted Bryce Underwood money. They said no. So they're like, fine, I'm leaving. Goes to UCLA, of all places, is 0-3, 58% completion percentage, and now doesn't have a coach. Truly one of the most colossal mismanagements of NIL of all time.
That is
But
something.
but those are future opponents. I mean, he's their quarterback, and like hopefully he transfers and doesn't play there. And hopefully Minnesota never recovers. Northwestern never recovers. I don't think Maryland's that good. I don't think Michigan State's that good. I do think USC is pretty good, which is unfortunate.
Yeah.
And I think Penn State's good. So we still have strength less on the schedule. But like if you allow yourself to like be like, oh my God, if we beat Michigan, like
I mean, the door is open. It's open.
The choo-choo and the steam engine that comes from that.
Crack. I mean, it's open a crack. Like they're favored. They've probably got more talent than us. But
home game. I mean, it's like
you just gotta kick this door open. You gotta win this freaking game. You just
kind of like in a lot of ways. It reminds me of like, I don't even know. The one that pops in my head is like the Minnesota COVID game when like Minnesota came to Lincoln and like 17 of their starters had COVID and couldn't play. And so they're like, oh wow, like their entire starting offense is out, and like PJ Fleck can't coach, and they came in and like
linemen on ventilators
they had their third string quarterback playing and their fourth string running back, and their fourth string running back had like 260 yards rushing. And it was just like, wait, what? And like this feels like that in the sense of you're like, they're bringing a freshman quarterback who's in his fourth game, who, yes, he's a phenom, but he's still in his fourth game. You're bringing a head coach who is not really a head coach. Their head coach is out. A lot of their offensive linemen are hurt. Like it's set up in a way that, I don't know. It's set up in a way that like in previous years, I mean, if you look at like the Winsipedia for the last few years, it is not pretty. I mean, some of the scores the last few years, they beat us in 2023. They beat us 45-7, 2022, 34-3, 2021 was that close one in Lincoln, 32-29 with like the most insane finish of all time. But then the one before that was 56-10. So the last 4 games that they beat us, they've just blown our doors off. This one's not going to be like that, hopefully. But that's where it's like each of those 4 games, like when they came in 2 years ago, I was like, yeah, we're not beating this team. No chance.
Yeah, I know.
This is like,
this is huge. This is a good Michigan team. They are not an elite Michigan team. They, I think, could be very good, but like, gosh, they're early in their development of him. It's just freaking win this game. Oh my gosh.
I think we got it. I mean, I predicted the beginning of the season, but that we lose this game. But now that like we're in season and I'm on a podcast with 1,200 people that are like listen every word, I think, God, what if we do?
I think this is it.
What if we win and we just keep winning?
I did predict
we haven't lost in like 9 months.
Before the season, I thought we would win based on, do we have a defense that can frustrate their quarterback enough? And I think Oklahoma showed that they can get that Michigan offense off of the field. 3 for 14 on third downs. That's where the game is going to be won. Is if we can hold their rush offense just enough, I think we are going to demolish Bryce Underwood.
I think it's going to be an absolute.
And then it's going to be his legs. That's going to be a problem. But like, gosh, it's
going to be a slobber knocker.
They're going to run 50 times, I think.
They're going to run 50 times. They're going to pound the ball. But hey, if we can hang on, if we can score quick, if we can like make plays, if we can throw the ball like Mateer did, like you're looking at it.
Force them to throw.
Pretty good game. All right, folks. Thanks for listening. Huskers W coming up on Saturday, and we are going to be celebrating all night. It's going to be a great time. Thanks, everybody, for listening. Let's beat Michigan. Go Big Red.
Baby.